Hello. Just thought I've just done a bit on GB News, breaking news story about Harry and Meghan's Netflix deal being extended. And I think, it's one in the eye to everyone who was saying the deal's gone, it's busted, they were no good, they were hopeless. Netflix say that they regard Harry and Meghan as influential voices, and you've got to hand it to them that they really are. Everything they do or say, we people like me report on. So I think good for them, good for Meghan in particular, because most of this is about Meghan and her programmes. I think we should all eat a bit of humble pie, really.
Those two need to stop trying to make content about anything other than their lives. Nobody cares about your take on Polo or Meghan in the kitchen.
A washed-up TMZ errand boy thinks he's qualified to give Harry and Meghan career advice. Oh, darling, let me shut this all the way down. You were never the face. You were never the talent. You were never the decision maker. You were the man loitering on the streets with a camera, waiting for a celebrity to trip so you could rush the footage back to Harvey Levin. That's your legacy. You made your living chasing strangers down the street for a check. And now you want to step into the role of career guru for two of the most famous, most watched, most influential people on the planet? You don't have the resume, the receipts, or the relevance. Ted Sarandos, the man whose signature actually moves millions, is out here in Variety calling Meghan a cultural force, saying she's underestimated, saying everything she touches sells out worldwide. Shoes, coats, jewelry, an Hermes blanket in the background, gone in hours. That's documented, bankable influence. That's why Netflix writes the checks. They don't take advice from curbside camera jockeys. And let's talk about your little swipe at With Love Meghan and Harry's Polo show. If you even had a baseline understanding of business, you'd know Netflix isn't just producing Meghan's projects. They're also a passive investor in As Ever, the product brand tied directly to With Love Meghan. That's called vertical integration. That's cross-platform synergy. And if you can't connect those dots, that's not an argument. It's a gap in your education. And Polo, yes, it's niche. And no, it's not meant to pull record-breaking viewership. That's the point. It's exclusive. It caters to a high-value, high net worth audience that's underrepresented in streaming content. It's not designed for mass market binging. It's designed to tap into a luxury space that hasn't been televised like this before. It's a targeted play, not a ratings grab. Just because you didn't get it doesn't mean it failed. It just means you weren't the audience. And you're out here filming TikToks from the driver's seat, like you're gunning for a guest spot on World's Dumbest Drivers. One hand on the phone, one hand on the wheel, and absolutely no hand on your dignity and common sense. You think that makes you look fearless and cool? It makes you look like a public safety announcement waiting to happen. There's nothing cool about breaking traffic laws while pretending to be a media expert. It's sloppy, it's reckless, and it's the perfect visual for someone whose whole career is swerving into lanes they don't belong in. You're not a tastemaker. You are not a cultural commentator. You're a retired gossip foot soldier, clinging to the scraps of a job you haven't had in years. You think Just Be Real is advice? Their docuseries was real, and it obliterated the records. Biggest documentary Netflix has ever had. More views in 1 week than you've had in your lifetime. Meghan and Harry could post a blurry photo of their breakfast, and it would make headlines in 30 countries before lunch. You could live stream your own meltdown and not get coverage in your neighborhood Facebook group. You're not on their level. You're not even in the parking lot of their level. And for your own good, put the damn phone down while you're driving. Because the only collision worth watching is the one between your ego and reality. So, Nick Lewis thought he'd talk about the Hermes Avalon throw, but for some reason, he dragged Megan Sussex into it.
And can we talk about the Hermes throw? Because I hate the Hermes throw. First, Meghan Markle has the Hermes throw, which, like, I don't know, did you guys see that interview where she was on that podcast with that other woman and they were completely insufferable? I was always a little sidetracked for a second. I was always very much like, leave Meghan Markle alone. Like, who cares? Like, let her just do her thing, whatever. And then I saw her show on Netflix, and then I saw that interview, and I was like, oh, girl, no, you're really quite irritating. I kind of get it now. But anyway, not to go on a whole rant about her, I'm sure she's lovely.
Nick, let's get this straight. You are not a designer. You're a Vancouver marketing guy who picked up a camera, threw design expert in your bio, and started selling your taste to people who don't know any better. You have no formal training, no design portfolio, no noteworthy projects, just a ring light, a YouTube channel, and an ego too big for the IKEA desk it's sitting on. Your advice is just personal preference, spoon-fed to an audience with no taste, no vision, no ability to make a decision without old man Nick telling them what to think. You built a whole brand off bossing around people who think a coffee table book and a $40 candle makes them sophisticated. That's not expertise. That's monetized ignorance. Then you opened your mouth about Megan. You called her insufferable and irritating. No, Nick. You are insufferable. You are irritating. You can't even talk about a throw blanket without even turning it into a cheap shot of her. That was petty. And it wasn't witty. It was tacky. I didn't even know who you were until someone sent me your video. And if I had stumbled across you on my own, I would have scrolled right past without a second thought. But someone asked me for a reaction. And now here we are. And let's be real, I know your type. White, gay, self-appointed design authority, whose entire personality is stuck in the same tired loop of forced sass and surface level shade. It's the kind of stale, over-rehearsed persona that relies on passive-aggressive digs as a personality. It's tired. It's a tired old queen act. You've mistaken sarcasm for style, shade for substance, and gossip for relevance. Here's the truth. You weren't reviewing the Hermes Avalon throw. You were using it as an excuse to drag Megan. That's not a design commentary. Megan doesn't need your self-appointed style expertise. Ted Sarandos said in Variety, her influence is global. The Harry and Meghan trailer dropped, and everything in it sold out. The shoes, gone worldwide. That blanket you mocked, sold out across the globe, without her saying a single word about it. That's influence, Nick. That's reach. And let's not pretend you're speaking from a place of industry authority. You've never worked as a professional interior designer with real clients. You've never run projects, built portfolios, or done the kind of hands-on work that earns respect in the field. You've never been featured in Elle Decor, Architectural Digest, or any serious design publication. You're a content creator playing dress up as an expert. And the only stage you've ever been invited to is the one you built in your living room. Let's nip this one in the bud right now, before the haters start their Netflix downgraded Meghan and Harry parade. First, this wasn't about failing. This wasn't Netflix quietly pushing them out the door. This was a company-wide restructuring that's hit multiple high-profile names. The Obamas, same deal. Their Netflix contract was also shifted to a first look agreement. Shonda Rhimes, creator of Bridgerton and Inventing Anna, also moved into a first look agreement. Phoebe Waller-Bridge, the Emmy Award-winning creator of Fleabag, first look. J.J. Abrams, Margot Robbie, Timothée Chalamet, all working under first look deals. This is not unusual. It's industry standard. A first look deal means Netflix still gets first priority on their projects. It's not a firing. It's not Netflix is done with them. It's just a leaner, more flexible setup that studios are using across the board, especially in today's market. And under this so-called downgrade, Meghan and Harry are still booked and busy with Love Meghan Season 2, a holiday special, a documentary short from Uganda, Masaka Kids, A Rhythm Within, a romance novel adaptation, Meet Me at the Lake, ongoing collaborations tied to Meghan's As Ever lifestyle brand. That's not a dead partnership. That's a working, producing slate. And the receipts are right there. And now, Sussex Squad, this part is for you. Meghan already told us she's done with the prove it game.
This idea that we spend so much of our life trying to prove something, to prove that you're enough, you have to prove that you're pretty enough, you have to prove that you're smart enough, you prove that you're a good wife or a good friend, and I was like, I am just so done with the prove it game.
And we need to take that same energy. We don't have to keep proving to these people that Meghan and Harry are thriving. We don't have to prove they work hard, that they're good parents, that they're making an impact. The people determined to believe otherwise will twist anything to fit their bias. When we stop playing the prove it game, we take the power back. We stop auditioning for the approval of people who were never gonna clap for us. Or for them anyway. Meghan knows exactly who she is. Harry knows exactly who he is. And we know exactly who we are. And who we support and why. So, haters, call it a downgrade if that helps you sleep. But the truth is, Netflix still wants them, they're still delivering, they're still cashing checks, and we're not here to convince you of anything. You either see it or you don't, and if you don't, that's your loss. Nana Akua, the self-proclaimed morality queen of GB News, always wagging that judgment finger at someone else. Meghan Sussex, single moms, protesters, immigrants, but somehow your own life choices look like they were pulled right out of a cautionary tale. Let's talk about your fiancé, Stephen Gillen. A reformed gangster, you say. Translation, a man who racked up more years in prison than some people have been alive. Armed robbery, category A prisoner. 15 years with Britain's most violent inmates. His past isn't a skeleton in the closet. It's an entire graveyard. And you didn't just choose him, you paraded him. The engagement announcement, the smug photos, the exclusive about how he proposed in Venice. Like we're all supposed to swoon. Girl, please. You're out here selling this love story when it reads like a plot from a low-budget crime series. And that guest list, don't make us laugh. Suella Braverman, Eamon Holmes, Lizzie Cundy, the kind of celebrity gathering where the combined star power couldn't light up a fridge bulb. This wasn't an A-list soiree. This was a reunion of washed-up talking heads and tabloid bottom feeders who's still bitter they never got invited to anywhere important. Here's the thing, Nana. If you were just living your life quietly, nobody would care. But you've built your entire brand, sneering at other people's choices, telling the public who's respectable and who's not. And now here you are, hanging your hat on an ex-armed robber with a redemption arc so overplayed, it's practically panto. You didn't level up, you didn't win. You picked a man whose biggest claim to fame is surviving prison and turning it into a LinkedIn hustle. And now you're trying to convince us it's a power couple moment? It's not. It's tragic. So go ahead, Nana. Keep dishing out your lectures on personal responsibility and values. We'll just be here, side-eyeing the fact that the man you're calling the love of your life spent a solid chunk of his in a cell. The With Love Meghan Season 2 trailer just dropped, and the lineup is unreal. We're talking global icons, culture shapers, game changers, like Jose Andres, feeding nations and rewriting the story of food. Chrissy Teigen, best-selling author, entrepreneur, and unapologetic voice. Jay Shetty, global thought leader bringing wisdom to everyday life. Jamie Kern-Lima, beauty billionaire and living proof dreams scale. Tan France. And that's not even everyone. There are more names, more stories, and more surprises waiting. Mark it down, August 26th. This isn't just another lifestyle series. This is the lifestyle series. The one everyone will be talking about. And without further ado, here's the full trailer.
Are you excited, Lulu?
Oh, yes. I'll be honest with you. I've not watched her programs because obviously I'm busy and stuff like that. But I cannot help but notice how the media continues to behave like an addicted narcissist who's completely obsessed with this girl to the point where when there's almost nothing to report, you stalk her and scout for any imperfections in order to fix your low. Because no matter what she does, no one's happy when she's reflective. And by the way, I love the fact that she's not responded or gone, out to kind of react on what people are saying. People wanted her to leave. Okay, she left. She did her own thing. She's doing her own thing. It's still not good enough. Do you know what? It will never be good enough for anybody because
Okay, Lulu.
I think people should get off their high horse now.
Lulu, without the controversy, would anybody be watching her Netflix series about flower arranging and things?
Oh, yeah, you'll be surprised. There's a market for everything these days. A lot of people.
But would it be as popular, anywhere near as popular, if she was the woman from Suits who chose to do flower arranging?
Oh, yes, because actually Suits may not have been watched by, as many people as want to know about where she is now at the moment. So I say, yes, people will watch her, and yes, she'll get the number.
Hello, my people. Lady Rosie here. How y'all doing? All my new subscribers, you're welcome. And my returning subscribers, y'all know I love you. Guys, did y'all see the trailers? Did y'all see Netflix? Did you see the bomb.com? Did y'all see that girl? What's her name? Malima? Did y'all see all those people? Andres, Jose? Did y'all see all those good people? Oh my goodness, Netflix. Y'all know one thing that these people are forgetting. That Netflix CEO is actually our brother-in-law. Yes, his wife is one of our sisters. Yes, our blood sister, our black sister. Say what you want. That's our brother-in-law. Sometimes those brothers-in-laws of ours, they really have good heart, I tell you. And they like to come and prove the world. They're going to show the world who we really are. They're going to uplift all of us. I tell you, my brother-in-laws, they do good job down here. They do really good job. Them brothers-in-laws of mine, they are white. Yeah, I tell you, they do all the good stuff by me out here. Because guess what? I ain't no evil. Being black is just a human being race. It has nothing to do with what the person is. We are actually the most wonderful, beautiful people out here. Everybody want to have some traits that we have on us. Every single person on this planet want to look like us. And yet, they hate us. Well, that hate is called jealousy. They wish they had your figure, my beautiful queen. They wish they had your beautiful eyes, my queen. They wish they had your beautiful nose, my queen. They wish they had your beautiful lips, my queen. Check all of them. Check all of them in Hollywood. They're not even hiding anymore. Check it. Yeah, check it. They're on TV out here. Check those surgery. Check those plastic surgery thing that's happening out here. Because all of those racists want to look like you. All of those racists, they're envious of who you were born. They're envious of your full figure, beautiful shape. It doesn't matter if you're skinny. It doesn't matter if you're big. It doesn't matter if you're medium size. You got that shape shaped on you. You got that shape designed by God. You actually have a figure. Some of them racists, do you see how they look? They look like ironing board. That's why they are so bitter. That's why they are the way they are. It's because they're envious of who you are, of every single thing that you stand for, your melanin. Why are they sitting in the sun there trying to tone themselves down so they could look like you? And they call it tan. And God gave it to you. It's called melanin on you. Don't let them my folks tell you otherwise. The Netflix is Netflixing out here. Yes, the Netflix is Netflixing. I tell you guys, I'm so excited. I gotta go. I'll talk to you guys again later, okay? I'm gonna come talk to you guys about something serious. I just wanted to stop by here, talk about this Netflix, the trailer. I might not be able to put it in this video because those videos be giving like copyright, and you know those copyright, they ain't no good for the success channel. Let them racists, they can have around with that, but not us. We're not able to do that, because guess what? All the entire system hates us. The entire system is jealous of us. So it is what it is. I'll talk to you all guys again. Bye bye.